Hey everyone, guess where we are? We are in our new location. We are super excited. And do you know how it is like when you move and you have everything that needs to get put away and you're shuffling and you're doing stuff? Well, that's the that is the where we're at here in our studio. So we're going to actually let you peek at how messy it all is, because you know what? This is real life and this is our life right now. And we want to show you what's all going on here. So if you see when we are going over to the sewing machine, you're going to see our piles, our stacks. You know, it's just stuff we haven't put away yet. So bear with us. It'll get prettier as we go along. But we wanted to do our live here today. So here we are in our brand new facility, and we are super excited about it. And I have a little guest. Come on over here, Carrie. She's going to help me later on. Come sit with me. I have a guest besides Carrie. We are going to talk to Katie Nolan. She is the military wife that has done the cross stitch for American Quilters, and we are so super excited that she's here. So maybe we should just bring her on right now, right?
Should we do that?
Okay.
Are you ready, Katie? All right, there she is.
Hey, Katie. All right, so let me just introduce Katie. So Katie is the daughter of one of my best friends, Val Kruger from Vegas. I call her Vegas Val, and Katie is her daughter. And Katie's a quilter too, right, Katie?
Right.
Yeah. So what made you decide to start a cross stitch business?
Well, I have been quilting and cross stitching probably since I was about 9 years old. My mom taught me how to do all of that. And I love to do both. I love, quilting at a sewing machine, but I also love to just like sit on the couch and stitch at night while I watch TV. And probably the biggest reason is I don't know how to write a quilt pattern, but I like figure out how to write a cross stitch pattern. There's a little less math involved. So my mom's written quilt patterns before, and I was like, how about I do cross stitch? And I thought it was just a fun idea to make cross stitch patterns that look like little mini quilts. And I've even used some of my mom's quilt patterns to turn into cross stitch design.
Yeah, show us some of them if you have them.
Okay, my first one that I ever came up with was, I called this one Star-Crossed. And I like this one because it's just one color. So I was like, ooh, that's super simple. And then this was actually one of my mom's quilt patterns. Kind of, it's like a variation of one of her quilt patterns. I did that one during Valentine's Day. And then another one that is kind of like one of her patterns is this one. So she has a couple of patterns like that, and then I've done a couple of other ones. They just look like little mini quilts, and I just think, oh, that's so cute. You can like stick it on a shelf. Or I have a finished one back there. I don't know if you can see that one.
Yeah, that's just genius, because all quilters, most of us started off cross stitching. I remember cross stitching in high school because I was just so bored that I would just sit there and cross stitch and listen at the same time. So I've been pretty much doing that my whole life now, always stitching while doing something else. So tell us a little bit about where you're at, and if you want to talk a little bit about being a military wife.
Okay, sure. Right now we're stationed at Travis Air Force Base in California. We've lived in a bunch of other places. We used to live in Spokane, Washington, Albuquerque, New Mexico, North Carolina, Alabama, Oklahoma. So that's kind of the military life. You just move lots and lots of places. That's one of my favorite things, though. I love getting to see all the different parts of the country. Some people get to travel overseas. And my husband graduated from the Air Force Academy in 2011. We weren't married yet. We got married in 2013. And he is an officer in the Air Force. He's a major and a pilot.
Ooh. So is he like Top Gun?
That's he does wear a flight suit like that. So
And aviators?
yeah, he
Oh
used
yeah, cool. All right, perfect.
to look. And my dad is also retired military, and my husband's dad is also, and that's actually how we met. We met when we were kids. Our dads worked together. So it's kind of neat how things like that all work out, and you get to see places all over the country and meet people, and it's pretty neat. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like you're doing really well with that. Yeah.
In the military community, I was Air Force as well, so yay! I love that. But the military community is so unique. It's just there's no way to describe it. There's nothing like it. Whether you're a spouse or you're a military member yourself, it's one of the most unique connections you can make with people anywhere. And the nice thing is, you talked about having to move from base to base, depending on where the military put your husband. And it doesn't matter. It's like you pick up here and you go here, and you're just part of the community and you're part of it. And it's just like nothing you could ever experience or understand even. Just a wonderful relationship.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah.
Your friends that you meet at each place become your family, because you're not living in the same town as your actual family. So you just meet people that become your family, and that's one of the best parts about it.
Cool. Well, we're super excited about you starting this new business, because it's just been a couple months, right?
Yeah. I think you were with my mom when I was like, Mom, I'm going to do this. And you and her both kind of encouraged me and were like, do it. And I was like, okay.
Well, that's just, sometimes you just need somebody to just push you, or to say, yes, this is good enough, because we always doubt whether our stuff is good enough or if people would buy it. Yeah. But what Katie has done for us for our stitch along is she has taken the quilt and she has made it into a cross stitch pattern for all the cross stitch people. So great job, Katie. This is a beautiful pattern. You do a couple sizes, and kind of tell me about that, because I only remember how to stitch one size. I don't think when I did it, there was and I was just doing those precious moments ones that you had to outline all the time. So these seem really cool. So tell us a little bit about this pattern.
All right. So when you asked me to design it, I was like, okay, let's do this. And I got onto my software, and I was trying it a couple of different ways, mostly with full stitches. And then I think I texted you and said, if I want to make this look as close to the quilt as I can, I'm going to need to throw in some 1/4 and 3/4 stitches. And you were like, do what you think is best. So I did that. So this pattern has full stitches and 1/4 and 3/4 stitches. So on the back of the pattern, there's a little fabric guide that tells you can use Aida cloth or Lugana cloth, and people who cross stitch a lot might know a little bit more about that. But if you're using Aida, that's like 14 count or 16 count, and that's just like probably what you're thinking about when you think about cross stitch fabric. It's just the little squares with the holes, and you can do 1/4 and 3/4 stitches on it, but you kind of have to like poke into the middle of the square. So I also said on the back of the pattern that if you want to use 28 count Lugana cloth, you can do that, and you stitch over 2 squares. And this pattern comes with a diagram in it that shows you how to stitch over 2 squares or on Aida cloth. So if you've never done one of those before, you can. You'll get that diagram in the pattern to reference back to. And I don't know if you can, it's probably hard to tell on video, but I've been stitching this one on 28 count Lugana, and it's just so it's got more holes that you can like poke into. And also I wanted to say that I filmed some tutorial videos for how to do those special stitches that I'll be posting on my Instagram. So if anybody is like, I don't know how to do 1/4 and 3/4 stitches, you can look at the tutorials that I made. I'll be posting those soon.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, and I just did that because I wanted it to be close to the quilt as I could get it to be.
Right. So let's just talk about your pattern and how you can get it. So you're going to be able to get the pattern 2 ways. So you can come to Primitive Gatherings under Primitive Gatherings Designs. The first thing there that says it's a downloadable patterns. So we have the download pattern only. We are not going to send out any printed patterns. So we are just going to sell the download, and we have figured it out. So Katie, we're going to send Katie $5 for every download that we sell. And then you can pick like how much you want to pay for your download. Do you want to pay 15? Do you want to pay 25? Do you want to pay 100? I've seen somebody put like thousands on there or whatever, but hey, we're hopeful, right?
We're not going to turn it down.
So on our site, we have several ways that you can, several options of how much you want to donate for the pattern. We're not going to make anything off of this pattern. Katie's going to make some money, and Hogs for Heroes are going to make the money on this downloadable pattern. But then I also want you to go over to Katie's site to see all her other things, and she has the pattern there as well. So Katie, what does your Etsy site look like? And please give us that address.
I think Kate has it linked. She's going to have it linked at the bottom of the YouTube video. So, but it's something like etsy.com/shop/countyourstitches.co. But I think she has like the actual link you can just click. And it has all of my patterns in there. There are PDF versions or paper versions. So just it'll say paper or PDF of all of my other patterns. But I also have the paper version of this American Quilters cross stitch pattern. I think it's like the first one on my Etsy shop page, and they are $15, and I will be donating $10 for every sale to Hogs for Heroes.
Yay! Thank you.
Yay! Awesome. All right, Katie. Well, does anybody have any questions for Katie? We'll take some of those now if we do. And while Kaylee's looking for them, Katie, hang on just a minute. I just want to talk about some of the prizes that we have for today's live stream. But I just noticed that my husband walked in. Do you want to say hi to everybody?
Come on, you know
I know you
love
miss Nick, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
I'll sit in the middle.
Yep.
Come on, sit down. Say hi. Do they miss you? You want to talk about the prizes we're going to give away?
No.
Say hi.
What's up, everybody?
All right. I think he's taking a break from moving all the things.
Yes.
Pick things up, put things down, pick things up, put things down, right?
Beauty and muscle. Here I am.
Katie, I do have a question for you.
Okay.
What squadron was your husband in at the academy? Do you know?
He's going to be so embarrassed if I say this, but their little slogan that they said for their squadron was "Too fine, too nice." So squadron
29. Okay.
Awesome. That's cool. Anything else? All right. So while Kaylee's finding another one, I just want to point out we have some Primitive Gatherings patches to give away today. Anybody who places an order today, we found a little remainder of these stickers that we're going to throw in people's orders for today's date that come on after the live. And then we also have 4 layer cakes from Moda Fabrics. All right, right? Mm-hmm. And then we have a girl, an employee, Judy, who has she kind of been off with a little injury.
Yes, had a little injury.
She had a little injury, but she's made the set of cards with some of the people's pictures off of our Stitch with Lisa group. So some of these might be your pictures.
Mhm.
Oh, cool.
So there's a set of like 6 cards with blank inside that you can use to write thank you notes or anything. But she did 6 of them because we're on block 6. How sweet is that? So thank you, Judy. She's amazing. We missed her. She's first day back today.
She's back.
Yep, she's back today after she had a little surgery. All right. Any questions for Miss Katie?
No more questions.
Any questions for me?
Nick wants to know if you have any questions for him. I did hear a little rumor that, so where are we at with our donations?
Okay. All right. We ready?
Yeah.
18,800 and I think it's $14. It's on our little
So
thing.
we're well on our way to hit that 20. So I heard there was a little discussion about what happened when we reached 20.
Yes. And Nick has not agreed yet, but we're what we want.
We're hoping that you might coerce him.
Yes.
Wait,
We need
wait,
votes. We need your
wait.
votes.
Is
Yes,
this
we
why
need
you
your
wanted
votes.
me up here?
Yes. So we need your votes. All right. So if we get to 20,000, right, then we get to see Nick in his leathers.
His Harley
right?
leathers?
His Harley leathers.
I could do that.
Yeah, right. Beside his bike.
Absolutely.
Beside his bike. Yeah.
Okay.
And what about you?
Well, I think you got to wait for me for
Okay,
like
okay.
25 till we hit the
Okay,
grand.
25. Okay.
Yeah,
All
because
right.
our goal is 25,000 because we
Yes.
think that's a decent amount to for a bike. I think I'll talk to Audra. Audra will be with us next week. I think she is the one of the members of the Hogs for Heroes crew. But yes, so we will get Nick in his leathers once we reach 20,000. It'd be
20,000.
nice if it was next week.
Yes.
That would be
Yeah,
awesome.
when
Right.
it's 95, that'll be amazing.
18,418 is what we're at right now. So
Okay. So, Katie, thank you so much for joining us today. We hope we get lots of donations for your awesome pattern. You are amazing. Keep up the good work. And if you need anything from me, I'm always here for you.
Yes, thank you so much for everything you've done and for on and giving me this opportunity. It's been awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you too. Someday when me and your mom are little old ladies, you'll be hauling our butts to the quilt show or something. All right, take care. Say hi to the kids for me.
Bye,
all right,
Katie.
bye.
Bye. All right, wasn't that awesome? I love it when young people want to do what we do because
Like me.
Yes.
yes.
Continue the craft.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Do you have it? Are you going to sing? Are you going to dance? Are you going to do anything for them?
When am I going to teach class?
Oh. What are you going to teach?
I thought I was going to teach that wood thing
Oh, yeah.
later on.
So
like
we
this
are
summer.
working on our calendar
Yes.
events here at Primitive Gatherings, and Nick is going to teach garden posts, like a post that goes in the ground that you decorate your garden with. So he's made some, and I've made one, and he wants to teach it as a class. So you can come take a class with Nick and paint yourself a post for your garden.
It's true.
Yep. So I don't know. You can still put it. We'll try to do it before, so they can still put it in the ground before the ground is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when deer hunts come.
Oh, you need to contribute just as much as the rest of us do around here. So yes. So your class will be on a Saturday, so it must be before deer hunting.
Yeah, which is this
Which is
date.
when?
Which is this date.
Oh,
September
our
18th.
open house,
This Saturday.
Yeah.
our new location.
Saturday the 18th.
All right, Jessica,
Hi.
you want to pick some winners along the way?
I need you guys to do it because I'm somehow blocked.
Oh.
Anybody trying to log in here is blocked from the account right now.
What do you mean?
I can't.
Can't pick winners?
It,
Okay.
it thinks you're an adult site.
Well, I am sitting here.
All right.
All right, bye, everybody. Be good.
Be good. What fun is that?
Keep stitching.
That's right.
Yes. All right. So here are our prizes. So we will start picking some prizes. So please leave us some comments and we will get you those prizes out. We have lots of them. So here, Katie, pick one for somebody, hey, I can see them, so I can pick
Okay.
one too.
Uh-huh.
Can
Yeah.
you see me scrolling through them, or do you see the bottom?
We just
I
see
just
what's
see,
popped up.
yeah, I see what's popped up.
What about Jessica? Come over and look at the scrolls.
Yeah.
We've got,
Where's Jeff?
How
Oh, she
about
left.
Deborah Walsh?
Okay, Deborah
Deborah
Walsh,
Walsh.
you are going to get a, what should we do? Let's do the cards first.
Mm-hmm. I
Okay.
like that. Mhm.
The cards?
Set of
Awesome.
cards. Okay.
All right, Deborah, we're going to send you some cards. So please, if you are a winner on our live stream, just get a hold of us. Is there an email you want them to email?
You can do the store at primitivegatherings.us. Mhm.
Okay. So
Yep.
store at primitivegatherings.us is where you send your info so we can get your prize in the mail to you. Okay. All right. So let me just go through a couple other things before we head on over to do the block tutorial. And Kaylee, just kind of watch to see if there's any questions.
Sure.
But grand opening is September 16th through the 19th.
Well, that's through the 19th. Yeah. So Thursday, September 16th through Saturday, September 18th from 10 to 6. And Sunday, September 19th from 11 to 3. So that's our grand opening.
Oh, okay. All right.
Mhm.
So if you can be here, that would be amazing.
Mhm.
We're going to have so much fun. We're going to do tours. We are going to have some live music. We are going to try to get some food trucks here. And then on Saturday, we are going to cook from the gathering for everybody. And you can just buy a lunch that day. And then we're going to do a live stream for those of you who obviously can't come. We know that. So we will be doing a live stream sometime during that day. Yes, Katie? Kaylee?
They want to know the store hours are those hours, right?
All right.
Yes.
Is that when the store will be available?
Yes,
for
the
them to
store
shop?
will be open from 10 to 6
Yes.
on those days and 11 to 3 on Sunday.
Okay.
Are those
Correct.
going to be our normal hours for the store?
For going forward, it will
Yeah.
be. We might modify Saturdays in the winter time, but going forward, we will be open 7 days a week. We will announce when that will be in effect. We need to move in, get set up, but it will be Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6. Winter hours most likely will be 10 to 4, and then Sunday will be 11 to 3.
Mhm.
So we're
And
going to
if
go back
I
to
didn't
full
introduce Carrie before, I mean, I just assume you all know her now, but she is our operations manager, which has taken a load off of my plate, which I really love because I'll be like, just go talk to Carrie about that. I don't want to know about that. Don't tell me. I don't want to know. So
Yes.
it's awesome. I'm so glad you're here. You have acclimated nicely
I think
from
so.
Florida.
Oh yes, I came up from Florida.
So what
yeah.
are the best things so far? Only being here a couple months.
Okay, so I'm actually from Tennessee, so I'm a hillbilly from Tennessee. So I do love being out in the country, and I lived in Tampa, and so it's just millions of people in Tampa. So I do love coming up here, and me getting that feeling of country again. Our facility here is just amazing. So of course I love coming to work. I mean, really, people, it's primitive gatherings. Who wouldn't want to work here? So that's a wonderful benefit. But I love the location, and of course, I haven't made it through the winter yet. But I don't like heat, so I'm not too worried about it. So we'll see. We'll talk again in January, and we'll see. I might be crying, but yeah. So it's been wonderful, and they've been very welcoming, and it's hard to have somebody brand new come in, to a business, and I love it. It's been amazing. The employees here are just wonderful to work with. And so it's all been good. But with our grand opening too, I did want to mention too, we're going to be a Bernina distributor or, a dealer. So we are, for those who have Berninas and stuff, we're trying to get the CEO of Bernina to come on Thursday to our grand opening. So if anybody wants to meet some of the management people from Bernina, then by all means, then come. So, yep. So that's all about our grand opening. But just watch Facebook, watch obviously the YouTube channel, Lisa's blog. There'll be more information as we get closer to the grand opening. And so, yeah.
Question about that transition period when our new store opens. What happens to our old store?
Hopefully somebody buys it.
Right. It's for
Will
sale.
it be
Hint.
open? Like, when's the last week it's open?
So
for?
Saturday, this Saturday is the very last day that it will be open in that location. Then we're going to move, and the plan is to be open by the 28th here, 27th, 28th, the 27th. Okay, so the plan is to be open the 27th here. Now, as everybody knows, when you move, everything might not be where it needs to be. So just kind of bear with us as you come in, and but do, come in. And so, yeah, so we'll be done with that location as of this Saturday. Don't go there.
Yeah.
Come here.
Yeah. All right, Jess, when you get a chance, pick another winner for another set of cards when you get a chance. So yes, so we understand that y'all can't come for our grand opening, but we wish you all could be here. It's going to be so fun. We're super excited about it. But we'll do some online specials too as well, I think, for the people who
definitely
can't be here. All right. So we'll do the donations in a little bit. You can help me read those.
Okay.
No, not yet.
Okay.
I just have to do a couple little announcements for the shop. So one of the things that we have 1 week left to order our Christmas in July box. Now, we never did this before, so I don't have to set a precedence, but I have one of the projects in here that I thought I would let you have a peek at. So these won't go out till the first week of August, and they are projects that you can make for Christmas. So to get you jump start on Christmas, and I think I made 3 projects for this, Jess. 3 projects, and they're all nice sized.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you one, because this one in here is very versatile. So this could be, I made bowl fillers, but they could be ornaments, or they could be made into a little quilt if you don't want to make ornaments or make the bowl fillers. So here is just a little peek into this box about the bowl fillers. Now, I do want to point out that the box is worth $150, but because we deal with volume, we are letting it go for $105 with shipping, right, Jess?
Yes.
Okay, so $105, so it's like getting 33.33% off. So here are a bunch of the little bowl fillers or ornaments. You know what this is? Go Bucks. If you're in Utah, you know what that means. Okay, some words. Merry Christmas. I don't usually get to put Merry Christmas on things, so I really love the fact that this is a Christmas box. So this is just one of the projects in the Christmas box. I want to make a quilt out of them.
I know. They're wonderful.
Because even though he's double-sided, you make him flat, right?
Right.
And then a little snow globe.
What's in these, Lisa?
So I've been experimenting, right? Because ever since we did the pin drum with Kathy, I thought, okay, I'm going to try a combination of sawdust and sand and dryer lint.
Right. Right. Yeah, because
So
they all
we
kind of
sell
feel different.
Yeah. So we have because we felt a lot of wool, I have them save all the lint from the dryer because it's all wool. So we package that and we do sell it, but I try to tuck wool into the little corners so they fill out, so you don't have like unfilled corners. So that's where I put the dryer lint, or the polyfill or whatever you're going to do for that. And then I did a combination of sawdust and sand, and I really like it because
I like it too.
that last one I did, I only put sand in it, and it was like super heavy,
It was very heavy.
it didn't like have like a nice shape to it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you have a little bit more sawdust and a little bit of sand, like I put the sand near the bottom. I really like, because I thought it would like stand up like those dolls, that you that you throw the things at.
Yes. Throw the ball at.
Yeah. So this is just one of the projects in our Christmas in July box. And like I said, super cute stuff in there. And we only have a certain amount of those that we are offering. So get your order in, and you have 1 week left to do it now before they ship out. Are we going to ship out? If we don't sell them all, are we going to ship out after? Or what's the plan for that?
We would, but the price would increase because
Okay, so there you go. So that's what happens. That's where we get you. If you buy it now, If you
Pay the
buy it
surprise
now
price.
without knowing, we give you a really super deal. But once you want it because you know what's all in it, then you pay more for it. So that's just the way it goes. So trust us. We make good stuff. We make good stuff. Okay. So a little bit about the summer blocks of the week. The pieced one, front porch swing, the scrappy one is all sold out. We still have some more, about 20 more of the contemporary one that I am doing. Remember, that was my leader and ender project that I kind of showed you last week. And then just going over, the shop is closing July 18th through the 27th. We will reopen here on the 28th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Our grand opening dates, the 16th through the 19th. And we will announce our new shop hours for sure once we get it. But we pretty much think what we just told you is going to be our shop hours. All right. So then coming up next week on our live, we're going to do a trunk show. Are we going to do this part of the American Quilters? Or are we going to do a separate one, Kaylee? Yeah, this will be a separate trunk show of these projects, embroidered quilts and keepsake from Corey Turner Goodhart, another Martingale book. It's going to be amazing. They always are. So we're super excited about somebody new that we don't know. And then a little bit, if you go to my Instagram, you'll see all of the sample spree blocks. And I didn't piece all these blocks. I have Pam. She's making these. She's in Illinois. She's doing a super great job. So go to my Instagram and you will see all of our indigo blocks for the Susan Aki sample spree book quilt along. I can't wait to put those all in one big quilt. So another quilt along that you want to do, because I know all of you are like, oh my God, I have to wait another week for a block. Fill in with something else. I'm sure you won't. There's lots of things out there to do. All right, Jess, you got some winners. Are you picking them?
Yep.
Okay.
Missy Wiseman.
Missy Wiseman, you get another card set. Is that it for now?
Pam Mueller.
Pam Healer.
Pam
Mueller, you get one as well. And I think we have two more. No?
No, we had 6 too.
Oh, two
Did
more.
you do those?
Yeah. No.
Okay.
2 more. So as we go on, we'll go. All right. So before we go over, let's do the donations. And I super apologize for not putting them on my blog. I do already have last week's donations listed on the blog as well as this week's. And when I go after the live, I'll go publish it and you will see both sets there. Okay. But let's read some of these awesome cards.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
I want to read Janice's.
Okay. You read Janice.
Okay. Janet McGinnis. When I was a youngster at our guild, she was like the president at the time. So it's super cool that she is in the villages in Florida now, sending me a donation for Hogs for Heroes. Greetings from the villages in Florida, formerly Neenah, Wisconsin. Good luck on your goal. The picture on the front of this is a quilt our guild made and hangs in our recreation center. Our guild has 1,000 members in it. So I'll bring this up so you can see I grew up in a guild of very prolific quilters. They were exceptional. I couldn't have asked for a better guild to hone my skills with than Darting Needles in Appleton, Wisconsin. And Janet was president there. I remember very well. So thank you for your donation.
You need to.
I need to read this. Dear Lisa, I had a huge honor of having my Magic Santa quilt grace the cover of your book with the patterns from that so long. So I was excited to join another one. This one especially means so much to me. Please accept my donation to Hogs for Heroes. I hope you were able to donate an entire hog to a worthy recipient. We will. I'm donating in honor of my father, Air Force Captain Charles Lane Jr. I have enclosed a copy of a faded photo. It's over 54 years old. Pictures are the only way I've known him. He was a fighter pilot doing missions over North Vietnam. Back then, they did 100 of them. I got goosebumps. And then their tour was over. My father was on the 92nd when his aircraft was shot down. His aircraft commander, also in the jet, successfully ejected, evaded capture for 3 days, but was taken prisoner of war. Nothing was known of the fate of my father, and he is listed as missing in action. Oh, so sad. The night it happened, they came to notify my mother. She was 23 years old. He was 25. My sister was not yet 2, and I was 1 month and 2 days old. in 1973. After the POWs came home and my father was not among them, it became clear that he did not survive the incident and was declared dead. Since then, U.S. officials have twice searched in the area and located what they believe is his crash site, and items recovered indicate that there was a pilot on board who did not survive. But sadly, no remains were recovered. Thank you for doing this patriotic and meaningful project. Sincerely, Joanne McPherson, patrioticquilter@gmail.com.
I like
Thank you so much for the awesome story, Joanne. And I love patriotic paper. The envelope that it all came in was all like red, white, and blue. It was so amazing. Her
Yeah, I don't
check,
have that.
her donation check is
Yeah, we
also
won't show
a
that.
flag. Yes.
Yeah, so her
And her card.
Mhm.
So thank you so much, and so sorry that you never got to meet your grandfather.
Thank you, and we'll send your picture back to you. So thank you so much.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, so we got a check from Vicki Herbig from Illinois, $20,
Mhm.
and another card. Janice Myers and family, $50 from Kentucky.
Mhm.
All right, what you got there?
We have a long. It's $250.
Okay, awesome.
so,
Read that, baby.
Dear Lisa, I cannot even begin to tell you how proud I am. Primitive Gatherings has chosen this wonderful tribute to our military heroes. When I see the smile on your face and the sparkle in your eyes each time you talk about Hogs for Heroes, it simply warms my heart beyond words. I was a young married Navy wife where my husband served on multiple ships and was gone from home at sea month after month. His service began in the Navy just a few months after we were married. During his 20 years, we witnessed so many military families torn apart by long periods of separation, loneliness for each other, children growing up without their father or mother in the home. As wives and mothers, we not only worried about if we could take care of our children properly, could we run a household, live on very limited funds, and work a full-time job. We also worried about when the next letter would arrive from our spouse. Were they fighting? Were they still alive? Our only communication were handwritten letters. No phones, Facebook, FaceTime, nothing but mail. When my husband first went to sea, I lived with two girlfriends in an apartment. Debbie's husband, Army, was fighting in Vietnam, and she wouldn't hear from him for weeks into months. We could hear her sobbing in bed at night, thinking he was hurt, in the hospital, or deceased. It was so painful for all of us. Then the mail would arrive, and she was so happy. I remember how all three of us would sit on the floor in the living room and sort the pile of letters in order of their postmark date. Then we would check the calendar and know that he was still alive, cry, and hug each other. Then she would begin reading each one, always beginning the most current postmark. I can still see her face and smile as she read. You see, to me, the Hogs for Heroes is both a celebration for our military heroes and for their family members waiting until their loved ones to arrive home. My donation is in honor of hundreds of military friends we have served with over our 20 years in the Navy. Thank you, Lisa, and thank you to all those who have donated. All military wives have you tucked away in a special place in their hearts for your caring, loving, and dedication to our armed forces and our country. Heartfully yours, Gloria Parsons.
Oh, that's awesome.
250.
Awesome.
Yep.
Great. All right. Thank you, Gloria. That was amazing. I'm still like,
I know.
I know. Jess, got any winners? Let's do some layer cake.
Janetta Derringer.
Janetta Behringer. You
Derringer.
You get one of these red work layer cakes. And we're moving, so we're finding all sorts of stuff.
Yes, we are. Yes.
Yeah, so we're sharing with you all. All right, another one, Jess, for a
Dawn Brinker.
Dawn Brinker. You get some cards. Very good. Okay. Jessica, I told them that anybody who orders today, we're going to put some of these in until they run out.
Okay.
Okay? All right. I think it's time to start the tutorial. Everybody's like, just do the block. Just do the block.
No, we have so much good stuff to cover.
Yeah. All right. So we'll be back in a minute at the sewing machine, but maybe we should just stop. Maybe we should let them see, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Do you want to just walk over
We can
there?
Walk over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what moving's like.
Brace yourself.
If you easily get dizzy, don't look.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
You want to hold that?
I can.
All right.
On this one?
Get over the rugs. All right. Do you want to do a little tour on the way?
All right, Lisa, talk us through it.
Oh, okay. So this is where Kaylee's does all the video editing over here, and Jessica, who will be in charge of social media and shop, everything shop, whatever. I don't know what that title is or whatever. But then you can kind of see how the rest of the room lays out. Last night we put all of my fabrics on the shelf. Not all of them. We still have flannel to do. But we made ourselves like a little island here instead of putting those shelves on walls, because we want our walls to be covered with quilts. Way in the back, we call that our war wall. That's going to be where all the operations are going to happen. That's going to be the designs, the inspiration, all the papers that go with each fabric line, that type of thing. And that just got put up today. Scotty just finished drilling not too long ago. And as you can see, our desk over there is piled with stuff that needs to go somewhere. And then right here in the middle is 2 sewing desks. Amy, my assistant, she will be helping me do samples, and then the desk that we'll be at over here doing our tutorial. Here is our pressing stations. I stole the iron out of the middle here to put it by my desk for now. Our cutting station behind, our empty shelves with our design wall up there. So these are all of the pre-cuts and stuff that we unpackaged last night as well. So we have some duplicates over there. So those will be available on some of the upcoming lives as well. So then kind of just pan around. You're going to see our Last Supper table here. We call it our conference room table. Jessica's right there picking our winners. And we will have some cabinets back here yet and more quilts hung. And then there's going to be our live stream studio where we sat on the couch. Our Wayfair couch came and it was good enough.
Mm-hmm.
We liked it. And then all the projects that we're kind of working on or that need to be patterned or we're in wool boxes or something like that. And then in that room, that's going to be our video studio. So we'll be in there eventually with all the right lighting and the right things all in one spot instead of being out here in the chaos. But there you go. Here's some fabric being starched for another project here.
Bring you all around.
On our little starching thing there.
Right here. Starch. All right.
All right, Jessica, pick another winner for a layer cake.
Karen Wilbershire.
Karen?
Karen Wilbershire.
Karen Wilbershire, you need to contact us for your layer cake. Primitive gather or store at primitivegatherings.us. I'll get it right one of these days. We just all switched a whole bunch of emails. So
Do you want me over your shoulder?
yep. So
All right, okay.
we are going to come around to my shoulder over here. Once she goes, you can just set that on the desk there.
All right. We're gonna come right back. We're gonna.
So we'll be right back.
Oh, yeah. Are we gonna be able to? Can you move this for just a second, Lisa?
Well, that's okay. You do what you need.
Here we go. That would have given them some.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, good. We're back. All right, we're ready to do the tutorial. Kaylee's got a path that she can maneuver.
Did you hear us struggling as we
All right, so we are on block 6, and I need to apologize because when I put the quilt together, I actually switched 2 blocks. They had the same fabrics in, so 6 and 17 might be a little different than what the original plan was. And that's why Katie on her cross stitch, she has a different one in there for block 6, but no big deal, right? It don't matter. So we are going to do this star block today, and it consists of 4 half square triangles, 4 flying geese, and 1 square and a square. So I tested my pattern to make sure it was good again. And now I have all what we need here. So here is my triangle papers, and those are going to go right sides together, paper on top. I'm going to go over to the machine, shorten my stitch length to 1, and then I'm going to stitch on all of the dashed lines, 4 of them. Just as easy as that was. Now I'm going to go over to the cutting mat and trim these up. I have my stripes ready to go. Now I'm going to cut on all of the solid lines. And if I'm cutting a lot of triangle paper, I use one of those rotating mats. But when it's only a couple, I don't worry about it so much. And then down the diagonals. All right, so there's my 4 half square triangles. I'm going to scoot on over to the iron. Lay them dark side up. And this is a newer version of a steam station. This one didn't sew all the way. Maybe I'm out of bobbin. Don't know what happened. All right, so there are our 4 half square triangles, and at this point, I believe they measure 1.5. Yeah. So now you're going to hold them in the center, right near the stitching, push in the middle, and pull that paper away. All right, so just like that, we have 4 perfect half square triangles. And now we will move on to the flying geese. So here are my 3 1/4 inch square, cut in half twice on the diagonal, and then my 1 7/8 cut 1 time on the diagonal. Now I'm just going to line those up perfectly and then stitch on the short side or the long side here. And I'm going to do all one side on all 4 units. So sometimes if I pull my piece out too fast, my machine comes unthreaded here. So maybe yours does that sometimes too. And of course, it took me forever to thread it. All right, Jess, pick a winner.
How often do you oil your Juki?
About every 8 hours, or for sure every quilt.
Okay.
Jane Jarvis.
Jane Jarvis.
Jane Jarvis, you are a winner of a layer cake. Might as well pick another one.
Okay.
Cynthia Putman.
Snip those apart. Press this one. Now I'm gonna line up the second side, just like this. You got it?
Yeah, I just keep hitting these legs.
You hitting what leg? Oh, that leg.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. I can wait. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay. So some of you might notice that I don't have my 1/4 inch foot on this machine. This one is one of my older machines that I've had for a really long time. And I don't have a 1/4 inch foot for this one. So this is how I used to get by without having that 1/4 inch foot. And it's just multiple layers of tape at exactly that scant 1/4 inch that works with my thread and my fabric and my starching. So all those things matter.
How many different models of the Juki do you sell?
Models. So we can sell any of the models, but I pretty much only sell on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when you do your Juki sale, or not sale, but
Yeah. Well,
it's always the latest version.
yeah. So they have the 2010s, and then they had the new one, the platinum one, the 2020. That is a limited edition. So I don't know if those are readily available. I know we do have some here in stock, but when we set up my new studio, I will be stitching on the platinum, the one in our studio over there, Kaylee.
Okay.
Okay, so now I have these all made, and I'm just going to trim off the dog ears by lining up on the long side of the geese, 1.5. So I trim there, and then I put my ruler on 1 1/4 because this shape is going to end up being 1.5 by 2.5. So now that one's all ready to go.
Teresa wants to know if you have a guide for what size triangle papers they should be buying for certain.
I do. It's on my blog. It's on the top header part, and there's a chart for half square triangles. So if you want, like, if you're gonna make like 1.5 inch finished triangles, you need to buy that size paper. But like if your pattern says cut 2 3/8 squares, that means that they're going to finish at 1.5. So remember that half square triangles are always 7/8 added to the finished measurement. So that's one of the things, after you've been quilting for a while, those things just keep reappearing, and they sink in a little bit more. But I understand that a lot of people are new and don't know that half square triangles are 7/8 added to the finished measurement, and quarter square triangles are 1 1/4 inches. When you write as many patterns as I have, that all sinks in a little bit. All right, so now I have all of the 4 flying geese. So I will put those on my board here. Make my star pattern. I have my half square triangles. And then now we just have to do the square and a square unit. So keep in mind that this square and a square unit is oversized. I always like to oversize the square and the square. I think it's the hardest one to piece accurately. So I'm just going to center this on right in the middle there. And so here, press, and then sew the other sides. So we're not quite yet at our studio that we have for videoing, but at least we're in the building, right, Kaylee?
Yep. Slowly but surely.
Yeah, so it'll get a little better. We'll have an overhead camera. Maybe we're gonna have to get one of those switchboard things, right, Kaylee?
Yep.
Yeah, she's like, oh my God. All the technology, but I know you all love Kaylee's videos and how good she's getting at that. We just did one for Moda and it turned out amazing. I absolutely love it. All right, now the other 2 on. Just center, eyeball that in there. Jessica, you want to get ready to pick another winner? Or whoever's picking them?
It's going to be Joanne Rodriguez.
Joanne Rodriguez. I think she's from Vegas. I think she's Val's friend and my friend. So this is oversized now. And now we're going to trim this to 2.5. I'm just going to line up 1 1/4 on that center diagonal. Now I'm just going to go 2.5 from this side. One 1/4 on the diagonal again, and then 2.5 from this side. Perfect. There we go. So there's our block so far. And I think this one was very similar to last week's block. Pretty much has the same components. You were just flipping them a different way. So now we're ready to stitch the block together. I just cleaned and oiled this machine. It's been sitting away for a long time.
They all love your flower decals.
Oh yeah, aren't they fun? Jess, do we still have those available?
Yes, we do. And I did link them somewhere, but I can link them again.
Jessica's looking on our website. There's a bunch of different ones too, so they're super fun. Makes me happy when I look at it. All right, so if I press these this way, there's a lot of seam allowance there. So I think I'm going to open those up.
Whoa, you're fogging up my camera.
Giving you a little facial. And as long as I open those up, I might as well open these up as well. I don't need the stick for this one. It's always easier if you give them a little bit of a finger press open. All right. And look at, I just got myself yesterday. Jessica found me some
Magic pins.
magic pins, brand new ones. Our pins that were in the pin cushion had a lot to be desired. So I'm just lining that up. Can you show that really close?
Mm-hmm.
So I just peel that back and then put my pin in nice and close to that seam. I gotta make sure I sew this right because I actually sewed one wrong the other day. Going too fast. We all do that. Don't think you're the only one that sews the piece on upside down. We all do that, whether we've been sewing for 25 years or not. It still happens. So don't be so hard on yourself. We're human. All right, pins out. Do a quick little check. Pretty good. Get that started. Try not to steam up the lens.
Slowly back
This is action shots. Flip her over. Give it a nice press. Trim off a dog ear if you don't trim them off right away. All right, now it's time to put our sides on.
Scooch you over.
I don't want to risk using my thread cutter and my thing coming undone here. So quick use of that. Line this up. And if they don't match exactly, I'll put pins in them. And then they come out. See how I got a little bit of a bag in that one? So this goes down to the feed dogs and that'll cinch that up nicely. All right, I'll reach over here. Give it a little press. I think we got one more layer cake if you want to give that one away, Jess.
Barbara Behringer.
Barbara Behringer, congratulations. You get a layer cake. We should have like celebration go off.
I know. Every time. I actually, believe it or not, looked for that. Maybe in the future. Might have to make one.
So question, should you sew with this on top or this on top? So I actually really like to sew so I can see where this is actually hitting my points. So just kind of keep that in mind that you do have a choice.
They were wondering that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So when you put this on, I actually prefer to stitch the other way. But then maybe I should pin it the other way too, right? But see how I pin so I don't ever like hit that and I don't have to stop to take them out. But now I'm going to turn it, put it down so I can see right where that point is. And if it looks like I'm going to miss it, I kind of steer toward it so I hit it better than... Alrighty, pins out. So what do you think? Pretty good for stitching with an audience. All right, now this is what we do when we have our block done. We have previously stitched our stripes. We're going to lay them out and see. I don't know if I like that, so we're just going to switch that around. See how that works? I'm going to trim off this side here just a little bit. Remember, these are all oversized, so I can afford to trim this straight. And then this goes to here. Wow, perfect. There, I like that one better. I'm going to trim both of these up. So again, it doesn't matter how these go on. I know some of you must be getting pressing sticks. We sold a bunch of them, didn't we, Jess?
Yep, we're still waiting for another shipment to come in.
Okay,
Should be
so
here next week.
if you're still waiting, We should be getting our shipment soon. Press that seam open so it matches all the rest of them. All right, she's anticipating me swirling around. My 12.5-inch ruler. I'm gonna line up the block and one of the stripes best I can. Trim. Trim. And block 6 is in the box. Okay. Anybody have any questions on anything for today? Nothing? They want to go sew their block.
I think so. Hang on one more minute.
Just one thing.
Yeah.
The Christmas box is going to ship the first week of August.
Okay. I think I did say that.
Okay.
Yep. So Jessica just wanted me to remind you that the Christmas box that I showed, the Christmas in July box, will ship the end of the first week in August. So that gives us a little time to get out our other wool box that will be going out shortly before that.
Sarah wants to know, when will it be posted for fabric of the backgrounds?
Fabric of the backgrounds. Okay, so if you're wondering what the fabric requirements are for our stitch along quilt, it's a fat quarter tower and then 4 yards for the sashings and borders and bindings. And if you go to our website, primitivegatherings.us, and type in American Quilters, it'll come up and you can see all the different options we have there. We also have backing, and on our site we have a choice between navy background or the grunge. So you see earlier in the video the 2 quilts done in the 2 color backgrounds. I, however, am going to use different ones as well because I'm making 3 more of these quilts. As you can see how I have this one here. I have one made now, and I have another one here. So I am going to choose a bunch of different settings. So don't think you have to use this one, but we have them for you if you are looking for something that matches the American Gatherings line of fabric line that we are stitching with. So do we have any fat quarter towers left, Jess?
Yes, we do.
Yep, we still have them. So if you are wanting to get your hands on a fat quarter tower of American Gatherings, we do still have them. Or if you want another one for another reason because you love the fabrics, we still have some. And I assume they're not going to last that much longer. So good question.
Will there be caramels in the Christmas box?
Yes, and more than 2. Jessica's taking care of that. Yeah.
Will you be using the finished quilts to raise money for Hugs for Heroes?
Yes, I will. I will probably be giving one of my quilts away to a hero, as well as trying to maybe give it to Hogs for Hero for them to raffle off because they are the nonprofit. I think there's some, what are those rules or whatever about me doing a raffle. So I'm just going to give it to Hogs for Heroes and maybe they can raise some money with it as well.
Grab your pin bowl with your magic pins.
Uh-huh.
They want to know if it works in a magnetic pin holder.
Yeah, this is magnetic.
Yep.
See the big magnet on the bottom?
All right, and then turn it around.
Yep.
Yeah, see? Awesome.
Yep. And then we do have some of these. We'll be having our little cutters on the blocks coming up shortly on our website. So look for those. People asked about those. And maybe if you have an initial, like Amy has one right here. So Amy's machine, she has an A. You can request a block with your name, your initial. We can't, however, control what's on the other side.
All right, no more questions.
No more questions? All right. Well, that will be it for today then. I think we gave away some prizes. Did we give away the patch?
I don't have anything
All right. So the patch that says Primitive Gatherings, those are going to go on our employees' aprons. I found some really cool aprons for us to have to put our patches and our pins on as we work here and as we have events at Primitive Gatherings. So if Jessica wants to pick 2 patch winners, we'll send those out as well. So she will go through the comments now.
So Nanette
Nanette Peters, you're going to get a patch, Primitive Gatherings patch.
and Karen Schneider.
Karen Schneider, you also are a winner of the Primitive Gatherings patch. So thank you so much for hanging out with us today. We will put in the description at the end of the video anything that you need to, any of the links, but make sure you like our video and make sure you share it and tell everybody about us as well, and go on to Stitch with Lisa Bongean on Facebook and show us your blocks, because we really love seeing your blocks. And who knows, somebody might make note cards out of your photos. So you never know. So thank you to whoever did that. We'll find out whose photos they are. But all for now. See you next week.